Welcome back to the channel BBC Rare Coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Jefferson nickel. From its first minting in 1938 to the modern designs we see today, this little 5-cent piece holds a big place in U.S. coinage. Let's start. Top 1. Did you know that some coins in your pocket change could be worth thousands of dollars? Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind one of the most surprising discoveries in U.S. coin history. A rare and valuable 1979 Jefferson nickel, and an ultra-rare $quarter that sold for an unbelievable $72,000. But let's begin with the Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin that most people overlook. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, it features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. While millions of Jefferson nickels have been minted over the years, certain years and varieties stand out, and 1979 is one of them. At first glance, the 1979 Jefferson nickel looks like any other coin, but a very small number of these nickels have extremely rare features that set them apart. Some of the most valuable 1979 nickels are known for having what collectors call full steps, a term that refers to the detail on the steps of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. Most nickels from circulation have weak or worn-down steps due to striking pressure or die wear. But when you find a coin with clearly defined, uninterrupted steps, you've found a gem. Combine that with a high-grade condition, MS66 or higher, and you're looking at serious value. But it doesn't stop there. A few examples of the 1979 D. Jefferson nickel have been discovered with dramatic mint errors. These can include off-center strikes, double die obverse errors, and even die clashes where the designs overlap unnaturally due to a mistake at the mint. Some of these rare error coins have been graded by professional coin grading services and sold for hundreds, sometimes even thousands, of dollars at auction. A nearly perfect 1979 D nickel with full steps in mint state condition has fetched over $2,000 at auction. Not bad for a 5-cent piece. Now, let's talk about the true jaw-dropper, a U.S. quarter that sold $4.72,000. This isn't just any quarter. This is one of the rarest and most mysterious error coins ever discovered. Known as a script error quarter by collectors, this 25-cent piece contains an unintentional engraving or inscription, something that was never meant to be struck on a U.S. coin. The exact details of how the error occurred remain debated among experts, but one thing is certain. It is an incredibly rare piece, and the numismatic world went wild when it appeared. Only a single known example of this particular quarter has surfaced, and it was authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service. The coin itself appears to be a standard quarter at first glance, but under magnification, a strange, out-of-place series of markings or inscriptions becomes visible. Some believe it to be a die cap or a foreign object imprint, an accidental transfer of lettering from equipment used in the minting process. Others believe it could be the result of an experimental strike or a tool marking never intended to hit circulation coins. Whatever its origin, the unique nature of this coin and its near-perfect condition led it to sell at auction for an astounding $72,000. Imagine holding a coin like that, something millions of people may have overlooked in their change. One coin, 25 cents in face value, $72,000 in collector value. That's the thrill of numismatics. The hunt for rare coins isn't just for professional collectors. Anyone can find a valuable piece in their spare change. So next time you're handed a nickel or a quarter, take a closer look. Check for unusual markings, off-center designs, perfect strike details, or anything that just doesn't look right. You never know, your next coin find could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable U.S. coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of currency. And remember, the next big discovery could be sitting right in your pocket. Top 2. Did you know that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth thousands of dollars? In this video, we're going to uncover the mystery behind one of the most valuable and expensive nickels ever struck in U.S. history, the 1980 Jefferson nickel, and a rare script error $quarter that shocked collectors by selling $4.64,000. Let's start with the Jefferson nickel, specifically the 1980 issue. At first glance, The 1980 Jefferson nickel looks like any other coin. Millions were produced by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and Denver that year. But among the countless ordinary coins, a few rare examples have stunned collectors and numismatists for decades. These are the coins that, due to minting mistakes or perfect strike conditions, have become worth far more than just 5 cents. One of the key features collectors look for in any Jefferson nickel is what's known as full steps on Monticello, the iconic building shown on the reverse. In most nickels, the steps appear blurry or partially worn, even fresh from the mint. But in a small number of 1,980 nickels, the steps appear perfectly struck, with sharp detail and no breaks. These are extremely rare, and when graded in mint state 66 or higher, their value skyrockets. Now combine that perfect strike with a mint error, like a double die, an off-center strike, or a die clash, and you're looking at a coin that is incredibly rare and highly desirable. A 1980 Jefferson nickel with full steps and a strong mint error in pristine condition can be worth thousands of dollars. Some of these coins have sold in auctions for over $3,000, and even more if they're one-of-a-kind examples. It's these rare combinations of quality and mistake that push an ordinary nickel into the category of an elite collectible. But the real showstopper is a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about: a quarter. Not just any quarter. A rare and mysterious script error quarter that was sold for a jaw-dropping $64,000. The story behind this coin is legendary in the coin collecting world. This quarter, struck sometime in the late 20th century, contains an error so unusual that it has been the subject of fascination and debate among experts for years. What makes it stand out is a strange and unexplained series of marks or lettering, a script that wasn't part of the original coin design. This isn't your typical double die or off-center strike. This was something different. Some experts believe the coin was struck with a die that had been accidentally engraved or damaged by a foreign object. Others think it may have been part of an experimental minting process that was never meant to be released into circulation. Whatever the cause, this rare anomaly created a coin that is truly one of a kind. The coin was submitted to a top-tier grading service, authenticated, and assigned a high mint state grade. Its condition, combined with its bizarre and unexplained script marking, made it irresistible to collectors. When it finally went to auction, bidding was fierce. The hammer fell at an astonishing $64,000. Just imagine, a simple 25-cent coin becoming the centerpiece of a private collection, valued more than a brand-new luxury car. That's the magic of rare coins. They don't just carry monetary value. They carry stories, mysteries, and history. Both the 1980 Jefferson nickel and the $64,000 script error quarter remind us that rare treasures are often hidden in plain sight. They may pass through hands at gas stations, grocery stores, or vending machines without anyone realizing their true worth. The next time you get change, take a moment. Look at those nickels. Examine those quarters. Check the details. You might just be holding something extraordinary, something that could change your life. Top 3. Did you know that a coin as small as a nickel could be worth thousands of dollars? And that a single quarter, yes, just 25 cents, once sold for a staggering $81,000? In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins, uncovering the story of one of the most valuable 5-cent pieces ever discovered, the 1983 Jefferson nickel, and the legendary, extremely rare script error quarter that shook the numismatic world with its jaw-dropping auction price. Let's start with the 1983 Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin seems completely ordinary. Millions of these were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and most people wouldn't give a second thought to the coins from that year. But in the world of coin collecting, 1983 stands out, not because of high mintage numbers, but because of the incredibly rare and valuable anomalies that occurred that year. Among collectors, a Jefferson nickel from 1983 with full steps on Monticello is already considered a premium find. Full steps refer to the sharply defined, uninterrupted lines on the steps of Jefferson's home, visible on the reverse of the coin. These full-step nickels are hard to come by, especially in earlier years, and by 1983, die wear and rushed minting often led to weak strikes. That's why finding a 1983 nickel with complete, razor-sharp steps is so rare and valuable, but that's just the beginning. A small number of 1983 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with dramatic minting errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, or even die caps. Some errors are so severe and so perfectly preserved that they've turned an ordinary 5-cent coin into a prized treasure worth thousands of dollars. One example, a 1983 nickel with a bold double die on the obverse and perfect full steps, sold for over $4,000 at auction. Another, with a rare off-metal strike, went for even more due to its uniqueness and flawless condition. What makes the 1983 nickel particularly intriguing is the timing. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was experiencing changes in equipment, production speed, and coinage material. Errors slipped through more often than usual, but only a handful survived in good enough condition to become legendary. Today, collectors hunt these 1,983 nickels in hopes of discovering one of these hidden gems. And they're still out there. But if you thought that was impressive, just wait, because now we turn to a coin that shocked even seasoned collectors. A $0.25, struck with a mysterious error that ended up selling for a mind-blowing $81,000. This is no ordinary coin. This is the infamous script error quarter, a 25-cent piece with an unexplained and highly unusual engraving on its surface. Unlike traditional errors like doubling or die cracks, this coin features strange markings or a foreign-looking script that doesn't belong on any U.S. coin. Experts believe it may have come from a minting accident involving experimental dies or even from contact with another object during the minting process, possibly a tool or a test engraving plate. Others argue it may have been an accidental clash with a coin from another country, creating a hybrid imprint unlike anything else seen before. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. The result was something extraordinary. When this coin surfaced, collectors were stunned. Its detail, its uniqueness, and its high mint state condition made it one of the most talked about coins in recent memory. It was authenticated and certified by a top grading service, who confirmed its error was genuine and not post-mint damage. At auction, bidding was intense. What started as whispers in the numismatic world turned into headlines when the hammer dropped. $81,000. For a quarter, that moment changed the game. It proved that even modern coins, even coins still found in circulation, can carry unbelievable value when a rare combination of error, condition, and mystery come together. Oh, what does this mean for you? It means there's still hope. Rare coins don't just exist in museums or millionaire collections. They're out there, in pocket change, in old jars, in rolls of coins at your local bank. You could be holding a 5-cent coin worth thousands, or a quarter with a strange mark that turns out to be the next record breaker. Take a closer look. Study your change. Look for sharp details, odd markings, anything unusual. A small error or rare feature could be your ticket to owning a piece of history, or even cashing in big. Thanks for watching. If you love the thrill of the hunt and stories of incredible coin finds, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's a whole world of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered, and your next big find might be closer than you think. Keep searching, keep learning, and remember, even 5 cents can lead to a fortune. Top 4. That something as common as a 5-cent piece or a quarter might secretly be a collector's dream. In this video, we're uncovering the shocking story behind one of the most valuable 5-cent coins ever discovered, the 1990 Jefferson nickel, and an extraordinary and rare quarter dollar that stunned the coin collecting world by selling for a massive $59,000. But let's start with the 1990 Jefferson nickel. By 1990, the U.S. Mint had been producing the Jefferson nickel design for over 5 decades. Millions were struck every year, both in Philadelphia and Denver, so you'd think there would be nothing special about them. But certain rare versions of the 1990 Jefferson nickel have caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. These aren't just pocket change. They're hidden treasures. One of the most important things collectors look for in Jefferson nickels is the full steps detail on the Monticello building shown on the reverse of the coin. Most nickels from 1990 show soft or blurred steps due to worn dies or weak strikes. But a very small number, extremely rare, were struck with full, crisp, uninterrupted steps. These full steps nickels, especially in high mint state condition, are incredibly hard to find and are worth a premium. A 1990 Jefferson nickel with full steps graded MS66 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and eye appeal, but that's just the beginning. The real value in 1990 nickels comes from rare mint errors, mistakes made during the coin's production that slipped through quality control. These errors can include double die obverse, off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or even coins struck on the wrong metal. One such example of a 1990 Jefferson nickel was discovered with a dramatic off-center strike, leaving almost half of the design missing and giving it an eerie, one-of-a-kind appearance. Another was found struck on a copper penny planchet instead of the standard nickel composition. These types of mistakes are rare, and when combined with excellent condition, they become extremely valuable. Some of these error nickels have fetched several $1,000s at auction. One notable 1990 D. Jefferson nickel with full steps and a major off-center strike sold for over $3,500. And because these coins are still turning up in circulation, the hunt is far from over. They're out there, just waiting to be found. But if you think a rare nickel is impressive, wait until you hear about the quarter that made headlines. A coin that sold for an eye-watering $59,000. This is the story of the rare script error quarter dollar, a 25-cent coin like no other. This coin caused a wave of excitement in the numismatic community because of its strange and unexplained error. Instead of a typical design flaw, this quarter featured what appeared to be unusual, foreign-like markings, something resembling script or characters that clearly didn't belong on a standard U.S. coin. The origin of this script error remains a mystery. Some believe the die used to strike the coin was damaged or contaminated with foreign materials during production. Others think it may have been the result of a test strike, where the mint was experimenting with different dyes or compositions and accidentally let one into circulation. Whatever the cause, the result was spectacular. When this coin was submitted to a major grading service, experts confirmed it was a genuine U.S. mint error, not post-mint damage or tampering. Its high-grade condition, combined with the extremely rare nature of the error, made it an instant legend. Collectors were stunned. Bidding wars erupted when it went to auction, and when the final hammer dropped, it had sold for an astonishing $59,000. Imagine that. A simple quarter, probably handed over at a gas station or tucked in someone's drawer for years, becoming a small fortune overnight. This story is a powerful reminder that treasures can still be found in everyday life. Rare coins like the 1990 Jefferson nickel and the script error quarter are more than just currency. They're historical artifacts, minting mysteries, and collector gold. And they're still out there. In jars, in drawers, in your pocket change.so. Next time you get change at the store, don't just toss it aside. Look closely. Check the date. Examine the design. Look for sharp details, unusual marks, or off-center strikes. Because the next valuable discovery might be in your hands right now, and it might be worth far more than face value. Thanks for watching. If you love discovering the hidden value in everyday coins and hearing incredible stories from the world of numismatics, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There are still legends waiting to be found, and your next coin could be the one to make history. Top 5. We're diving deep into the incredible story of one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered, the rare 1999 5-cent piece, and an extraordinary quarter dollar, unlike any other, that sold for an unbelievable $52,000. Let's start with the Jefferson nickel from 1999. To most people, this coin seems completely ordinary. It's modern, common, and easy to overlook. But coin collectors know that within this seemingly average year hides something rare, mysterious, and highly valuable. The 1999 Jefferson nickel was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and while millions were produced, only a tiny fraction stand out for their rarity and potential worth. The first thing serious collectors look for is sharpness of detail, especially the steps of Monticello on the reverse. These are known as full steps, and they're a mark of an excellent, fully struck coin. Finding a 1999 Jefferson nickel with full, uninterrupted steps, no breaks, no blurring, is no small feat. Most of the coins from that year suffer from weak strikes or worn dies, making the full steps version very hard to come by. Now, combine a perfect full step strike with a mint error, and the value can skyrocket. Some 1999 nickels have been discovered with striking mistakes so rare that they become instant treasures. Examples include dramatic off-center strikes, double die obverse errors, and coins struck on the wrong metal. For instance, a nickel struck on a penny or dime planchet. These kinds of coins aren't just rare. They're often unique, making them highly sought after in the world of numismatics. One known 1999 Jefferson nickel with full steps and a strong off-center strike sold at auction for over $4,000. Another, with a clear double die error on Jefferson's face and the word Liberty, brought in even more. And in near-perfect mint state condition, think MS-67 or higher, the price goes up dramatically. These coins, once believed to be just average pocket change, now sit in private collections, sealed in cases and treasured like relics. But now we shift from the 5-cent piece to a coin that defied all expectations, a U.S. quarter, one of the most used and exchanged coins in the country, that stunned experts and collectors alike when it sold for a jaw-dropping $52,000. And it wasn't because of gold, silver, or age. It was all because of a bizarre, unexplained error. This is the story of the legendary script quarter, a coin that appeared to have writing or characters on it that had no place being there. Unlike common mint errors such as doubling or misalignment, this coin carried what looked like a foreign script, almost like hidden markings etched into the surface. The origin of this error has been debated by collectors and experts ever since its discovery. Some believe the coin was struck using a die that had come into contact with another tool or metal surface, creating an imprint of a design or engraving that wasn't part of the intended quarter pattern. Others think it might have been a test strike, an experimental run by the mint using altered dies that was never meant to leave the facility. However it happened, the result was a mysterious and unique piece of American coinage. This coin wasn't just an error. It was a conversation starter, a mystery, and a masterpiece all rolled into one. It was submitted to a top-tier grading service, verified as a genuine mint error, and given an uncommonly high grade. And then came the auction. Collectors from around the country watched as the bids climbed higher and higher. When the final gavel dropped, the price was locked in, $52,000 for a single quarter. Just imagine, someone, somewhere, might have used this coin to buy a pack of gum, completely unaware that they were holding a small fortune in their hand. These stories are more than just rare coins. They are reminders that incredible discoveries are still possible. They show that not all treasures lie buried underground or locked in safes. Some are hiding in plain sight. A 1999 Jefferson nickel that could be worth thousands. A quarter with mysterious markings that sells for the price of a luxury car. These aren't fantasies. They are real, documented finds. And they prove that numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is full of surprises, mysteries, and moments of pure excitement that what should you do? Pay attention to your change. Look at the dates, check for strange markings, study the details. You don't need to be a professional collector to make an incredible discovery. All it takes is a curious eye and a little knowledge. Because that nickel or quarter sitting in your pocket right now, it might just be the next coin to make headlines.